Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha with Ice Cream Fitness here, and it is time for part 3, the final part of this Monday Q&A. But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. And let's get right into these questions. First question, what is your stance on calf training? Since there's no mention of any in your beginners program, best way to train them and do big calves play any role in allowing you to lift more weight, or are they more for running, jumping sports outside of weightlifting? I notice you have 18-inch calves, but do they play a role in lifting? Now, as far as their role in sports performance and lifting and running and other things, that is way too complicated for me to cover in a 5-minute video. I would need 30 minutes to cover that topic. But as far as your actual powerlifting, the size of your calf is going to play a minimal role. They're more of a stabilizer muscle on your squat. They can help you with the walkout when working with a 1-rep max. But outside of that, they're not a huge issue. Now, I don't train my calves. I have 17-inch calves naturally, and they're up to 18 inches from squatting and walking. And they seem to be growing again right now on me, even though I'm not training them. My wife noticed they look bigger, leaner, they have more striations in them. And so they've probably grown. I haven't measured them. I don't keep up with them because I don't train them. I don't really care about my calves. And that goes back to the reason why I don't mention it in the novice program. No cookie cutter program do I ever include calf work, because calf work seems to be very genetic. It's very individual. Some people simply do not have to train calves to have good enough calves to win bodybuilding shows. Other people have to train them as a priority, as a weak part in their body, if their goal is aesthetics, because their calves lag and they require large volumes of work to grow. A lot of people are right in the middle, and I would say to them, just do 3 sets of calf raises a couple times a week. But I'm not going to program that in when it varies so much, and I might have 1/4 of the population wasting their time doing calf work that they don't need, because they'll just naturally have big calves and they'll grow from squatting. And then about 50% it'll help, and then the other 1/4, it's going to be way too little because their calves are a weak link. And so what I've said in previous Q&As, for my novice program, you need to figure out where you are in that continuum and pick calf work accordingly. And if you have really lagging calves, I'm not the person to come to, because what I oftentimes tell people, don't come to somebody who has huge calves naturally and ask them how to get their calves big, because I'll tell you, go take some walks. They'll blow up to 18 inches if you walk a lot, which would be what works for me. I don't know shit about building up lagging calves from personal experience. Now, I've helped people with it, but I don't have personal experience with it. Go find someone who had 12-inch calves and blew theirs up to 17 or 18 inches. That's the guy you need to ask for calf advice. But failing that, if they're not really lagging, just train them normal like any other body part. Treat them like an accessory lift and do 3x8 every other session in my novice program. Find a way to work them in if you feel that they need normal work. Otherwise, take the other advice, because you're going to be somewhere in that continuum. All right, next question. When it comes to HRT, is there a difference between the transdermal gel and injections? Is one more beneficial than the other, and does it really matter? And no, I'm not counting this as a gear talk, because this is pure medical talk related to stuff important to us. In my experience, most guys I know who go with the gel are very, very disappointed in it. If you know you need HRT, you need to convince your doctor to give you a depot. You need to nut up and just learn to take an injection every week. It's not that hard. You get used to it. It isn't a big deal. And you end up with much more stable blood levels. It's less of a hassle. You're not walking around having to put a patch on your testicles twice a day, a Band-Aid that pulls the hair, pulls the skin, and all that nonsense. It's a once-a-week shot that stings like a pinch, and you're done with it. And it's more effective. You have better sex drive, better levels, more stable levels. It's just better overall. But some doctors are reluctant to prescribe it, so work with your doctor on that. But I would recommend always going for a depot if you know that you legitimately need the TRT, and talk to your doctor about it. All right, last question for the week. How to pass a polygraph test. Well, since they don't fucking work, I don't know how to tell you how to pass one. I mean, no offense to anybody who legitimately believes in them, and I will say they're more accurate than a blood or a drug test because those don't work at all. At least a polygraph test is 55% accurate, whereas in a blood test or a urine test is like less than 1% accurate because anyone who has 2 brain cells to rub together is going to pass them while using 7 different drugs throughout the year. In fact, since I have at least 3 brain cells to rub together, I could use 365 days a year and pass that shit. So, the polygraph, though, has a 55% chance of catching me when I'm lying, whereas in a coin flip only has a 50%. And that's what all the data in the peer reviews and the studies on it say. A coin flip is 50-50 accurate, a polygraph is 55-45% accurate. So it's slightly better than flipping a coin to determine truth. So by asking me, how do you pass a polygraph test? That's like asking me if a guy's going to determine if I'm lying or not by flipping a coin, how do I cheat on that? You just hope the coin flip lands in your favor. Now, some people can always pass a polygraph and others can't as easily, and there are drugs and theories around that for people who struggle to pass them. But just statistically, if you're cheating and you walk into a polygraph, it has only a slightly better chance of catching you than a coin flip. There's not something to really worry about. It's really there as a deterrent. It's there for PR purposes, and it's there to make you sweat it out and say something stupid while you're taking the polygraph so that they have grounds to bust you. And by that same token, if you fail a polygraph test in one of these federations and they declare you not natural, go ahead and take them to court and sue the shit out of them because they basically defamated your character at that point. You can legally probably sue them and it would stick in court. Alright guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative and I will talk to you next time.